Welcome back. Now that we have reviewed some photos, we added some labels, we added some stars, we rejected some photos, now we can add keywords. And we've created keywords in the last tutorial. I don't add keywords to pictures while I'm reviewing them because I just want to quickly go through the pictures I like or I don't like. That's just something I do. You'll notice that I have some rejected photos being shown here. If I go to review and deselect rejected, I'm not going to see those photos anymore. So now I can just concentrate on the photos I am going to keep. Okay. And then also on the keyword panel here, you can choose the file menu. You can rename it, delete a keyword, expand them all, or collapse them all. See, now they're all collapsed. You can expand them. You can even search for keywords in here. You can also do it here. You can import keywords. Let's say someone has a great organizational structure for keywords and you like it, you can import that from them, or you can export your own if it's really good, and maybe other people like to use the same one, or maybe you guys are in the same type of category, photography of that sorts. Okay. So what I like to do is I like to use my custom labels first. So what I'll do is I'll go to the filter panel and I'll do buildings, and then I'll select all these. You can either press Control A or you can draw a marquee around them, and then I'll go to outside, and these are alphabetized. If you notice your categories, your keyword main categories are alphabetized. I'll choose outside buildings, which is assigned. Great. Okay, then I'll deselect that check mark. I'll go to clouds. I will select all the clouds, and I will make sure that the clouds is selected. Okay, and this will apply all of them. That's 70 of them there. Okay, and then I will go to my stacks. And for stacks, I made a special category under PS Basics, what we're doing. And I'm assigning, oh, I gotta select them. Always gotta select them. And then go to PS Basics and stacks. Okay. And I'll deselect that. I'll go to textures, select them all, press Control A, and I'll press textures, PS Basics, and that will apply them for that. And then I can close my labels, and I can change them again if I want to something else. It doesn't matter. I don't need them. And then I can look at the 1-star ratings, and then I can add some keywords to them. Let's go to the 5-star quickly here. Let's increase the thumbnail size so we can see them better. Okay, so I say this is ocean, that's outside. So I need to create a category, so I can say outside, new subcategory, and we'll call it ocean. And then I can add it. And it's that simple. And we can do that for all the photos, which I will do outside of this tutorial. It'll take too long. And also rename your photos if you need to do that. Like I have PS Basic 048. So I'm going to rename these to make it easier to use in later lessons. But once you've done all these necessary steps, you can skip some steps, you can add some steps. It's up to you. It doesn't matter. What I like to do is make sure that none of the filters are on. Also, when you apply a keyword, you'll see it in the keyword panel. Okay. So for example, ocean, you'll see ocean there now, and it'll tell you that one photo has been tagged with it. Okay. You won't see this if you haven't applied any of the keywords to any of the photos, just so you know. Okay. And then what I'll do is I'll make sure that none have been selected. I'll go to my pictures. I'll make sure that 391 items. Okay, so I know this. Okay. I'll move all the way back to the top. And then I'll make sure nothing's selected. Okay. And then I'll add, let me select here. I'll add a new folder, and I will, excuse me. I'll rename the folder the year that these pictures were taken in, so we'll name it as 2012. Okay, and then within this folder, I'm going to add another folder, create another folder, and I'm going to call this, let's say January. So we'll say January. Okay, and you're going to see why in a second. Then I'm going to select everything except for the 2012, the Adobe, the Logitech, and the Navigator. I would right click and I would choose Move to January. And this will move all those files to January, which I'll show you here in just a second. Okay, great. Now, let me give you the overall general idea of what I'm doing here. I believe that the best way to organize pictures in case Bridge breaks down or whatever the case you may have, I think you should have a structure on your computer just in case. And I believe that you should have a folder for each year, so 2012, 13, 11, 10, all of those sorts. Within that folder, you should break it down for each month, January, February, March, April, May, June, throughout the year. Now, you may not remember what time you had a certain thing, but there are some general things. Christmas, you know, is going to be in December. Valentine's, you know, it's going to be in February. So there are certain things that can help you. So once you're inside that folder, then you can have your basic keywords and all this other sorts. So let's look at this. You have star ratings. You can have the regular labels to get approval, or you can change it to however you want, or not even use labels. All of these labels and star ratings or rejections are in a month folder. That month folder is in the year that you did those photos, to where you have an organizational setup and it doesn't get confusing. In the next lesson, we're going to learn how to stack photos.